All right, today we're going to continue on talking about the seasons. Okay, so this is going to be our next topic before we test on Wednesday. So, solstice. Has anyone heard of that word before? Is this new? Yep, on our study guide, that's where you might be familiar with it, right? So solstice is the time of the year the Earth's poles tilt toward or away from the sun the most. Okay, and this happens December 21st and June 21st. Okay, so again, the times of the year the Earth's poles tilt toward or away from the sun the most. Okay, and we have our two times, right? December 21st and June 21st. So what does this mean? Okay, in the northern hemisphere, summer solstice is summer, right? And that has the most daylight hours. And during this time, right, the sun hits directly at the Tropic of Cancer, which is 23.5 degrees north. Right, so during summer solstice in the northern hemisphere, we have summer, right, most daylight hours, and this is where the sun is directly hitting the Tropic of Cancer. Okay. Right, so summer solstice would be June 21st for us, right? That would be our summer solstice. This is June 21st. So that means, right, our winter solstice has fewer daylight hours, all right? That would be the December 21st. Okay, that's when we have our winter solstice. And that's when we have the fewest daylight hours. What season is that for us at the time? Winter, that's exactly right. During this time, right, during this December or winter solstice, the North Pole is in constant darkness. No light, okay? So again, the North Pole during that December solstice, right, December 21st, in constant darkness, all right? And again, for the December solstice, the sun is hitting most directly at the Tropic of Capricorn, okay? So again, we have our winter solstice, which is December 21st, our summer solstice, which is June 21st, okay? Now we're going to move on to looking at equinoxes. Is this a new term for us too, equinoxes? It's up to you, whatever you want to do. Okay, so equinoxes, again, occur twice a year, except this time equinoxes are March 21st and September 22nd. Okay, so those are the two dates that equinoxes occur. So during this time, sun's direct rays hit the equator. Okay, so those direct rays are hitting the equator, which means each hemisphere receives an equal amount of sunlight. Okay, equal amount, 12 hours of sunlight for each hemisphere. Okay. So, for example, let's look at the March equinox. So during the March equinox, it's spring in the northern hemisphere and fall in the southern hemisphere. Okay. So what season is it for the northern hemisphere on the September 22nd equinox? Yeah, exactly right. So again, with the March 21st equinox, spring for us, right? We consider March spring. On September 22nd, that equinox, the northern hemisphere, we are in fall. Okay, and again, that's the same thing with the solstice. Okay, that same idea. So then, what causes our seasons? Right, so yes, tilt of the earth, right, which causes equinoxes and solstices. Okay,